All right, what's up guys? So I know I'm a little bit early with this video, but we are going to go through my top 5 most anticipated games for August. Now, August is starting to look like a banger month, and this is the start of a number of unbelievable months in a row. Basically from August on until the end of the year is incredibly filled with amazing looking games. So August is already stacked, and yeah, it's just the start of something even bigger. There's lots of games I'm excited for this month that are kind of going under the radar, I feel like. But before we jump in, I did want to mention 2 honorable mentions. One of them is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It kind of is similar to Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight, that kind of style, except it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Now, I'm personally not that excited for it because I'm not really into the horror genre of movies, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre doesn't mean much to me, but I know people will be excited about that one. And also Under the Waves looks like a cool, smaller title. So yeah, look into those if you're interested. Now let's get into the top 5 games for August. Alright, so to kick off this list is Baldurs Gate 3. Now this one was actually meant to come out a lot later in August, but they changed the release date around for PC by bringing it forward to August 3rd and pushing the PS5 release date back to September 6th. So while I am tempted to wait for the PS5 version, as I just much prefer playing games on console personally, I think this is one that I might have to just dive into it on PC, because I'll wait and see how I'm feeling around the launch of the PC version, but the PS5 version launches the same day as Starfield, and you know, that's just kind of 2 massive undertakings to do Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3, and I think if I had to choose one, I would definitely choose Starfield. So yeah, we'll see, I guess. But I've actually never played a Baldur's Gate game. This one has it piqued my interest before I saw someone fucking a bear, that is, and you know, that kind of brought my hype levels a little bit down just to see that. I don't know, it's a little strange. I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, I think the amount of content in this game is just absolutely insane. Hearing that there's like 80 plus hours of cinematics sounds just absolutely ridiculous to me, and to be honest, that is something that is a little off-putting to me. But if people are looking for a world to just get completely lost in, I think this is the right game for them. And I do think that this team is one that offers games like that. Like Divinity Original Sin has just so much content in the game, so this is definitely going to be right up the alley of people who have enjoyed their games in the past. Now, I am going to give it a try and see, at least, because a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing has me excited. But yeah, we'll check it out and we'll see how it's going. Let me know if you want to see a series, if you'd like to see it on PS5 or on PC. I don't really mind waiting if people would rather see a PS5 playthrough. I don't really know that there'd be much of a difference though. Now, let's jump into game number 2, and that is Atlas Fallen. So this is one I haven't seen much hype for at all, but it's coming out on August the 10th, 1 week after Baldur's Gate on PC. It's an ARPG set in what looks like an epic fantasy world. So the game just looks very fast-paced, both with combat and traversal. You're gliding across the world, across the sand, and you're fighting big monsters with melee and crazy looking abilities. So yeah, one of the reasons that I am very excited about this game though is that there's drop-in, drop-out co-op support. So that is just gonna add a whole new layer to the game, to be actually gliding across the world with friends and taking on monsters. I always feel like that adds something different, and there really isn't that many great co-op games anymore. Like, you think of co-op games of the past, they just used to be so much better, you know, like Army of Two. Even more recently, we had games like A Way Out and It Takes Two, but those are kind of few and far between these days, unfortunately. But yeah, something that I'm really excited about. It's coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and also PC. So the next generation of consoles and PC, basically. Now, game number 3 is Immortals of Aveum. This is a game that I have had on my radar for quite some time. It's coming August 22nd, a little bit later in the month. And yeah, as I said, it's been one that I've been excited for a long while, since it was first announced, basically. It's from Ascendant Studios and actually being published by EA. It's a first-person shooter game with magical abilities instead of guns, pretty much. We don't really get many FPS-style story games these days. It's all multiplayer stuff, so yeah, that's pretty cool. But I will say, I feel like I've just seen a little bit too much of this game now, and the more I've seen, the less excited I've got. I know that's not really fair because you want games to show stuff, but this one has just gone a little overboard for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm still going to play it and give it a fair shot, but just the more I've seen of the game, the more apprehensive I've become. And I do hope the game proves me wrong though, because it looks like the gameplay could be really fun. The story looks a little off to me. I don't know. I kind of just get those Forspoken vibes a little bit from what I've seen, but that's just because I think the art style is a little bit similar to that. It looks a little similar. I don't know. We'll see. This one is also coming to the next generation of consoles only and PC as well, so it won't be on PS4 or Xbox One as far as I'm aware. This one was meant to come out last month actually, but got delayed to this month, I think just for polishing reasons, so we'll see if it was worth the wait. I've watched a few previews of it. I think Skill Up was talking about it. He was saying he's unsure about it as well, so we'll see when it comes out. I guess we'll see what the Metacritic is like on day one, and I'm just gonna go in and give it a shot myself. I'm not gonna go and watch all these reviews before I play it or anything. I'm just gonna give it a shot myself and maybe do a review of my own, but we'll see what happens anyway. Let's jump into the next game. Next up on the list is Fort Solis. This one is a short linear sci-fi horror game with Roger Clark and Troy Baker as the lead. So Roger Clark, Arthur Morgan, and everyone knows Troy Baker. He's has so many roles in video games you just can't even count them anymore. But this one is coming to PS5 and PC. The game is a condensed narrative thriller set on Mars with claustrophobic exploration, nerve-wracking set pieces, and a deep plot to discover. So that's how they described it, and the story is told across 4 chapters as well. They say it's almost like a Netflix series. It can be binged in one intense session or played chapter by chapter like an episodic TV show. So basically you could do it like 4 1-hour episodes. I think I'm gonna play it all in one sitting. I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, but I think I'll do for a video, I'll do it all in one long video, because I've been doing that more often recently. Now, I do love short story games like this. Personally, it won't be for everyone. A lot of people obviously want more depth in their games, more length in their games, but these kind of games have always appealed to me. I really enjoy the short story games that kind of just take you on a short fun ride, and yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. The game looks great from what I've seen graphically, and it looks scary, so yeah, I'm excited to jump in and check it out. It's been a while since we've got a new horror space game. You know, of course we had the Dead Space remake, but more of a remake. Love Dead Space. That is an absolutely incredible game. This isn't going to live up to that, but just for a small kind of indie game, I think this is going to be really fun. Now, last but not least is Armoured Core 6 Fires of a Rubicon. This one is coming out 3 days later on August 25th. So as you can see, Immortals of Aveum, Fort Solis, and Armoured Core 6 all coming out in the space of 3 days. So I'm gonna have to kind of pick and choose here. I think Fort Solis is obviously one you can kind of knock out in one day. Maybe we'll check out Immortals of Aveum as well, but I'm not sure. But yeah, back to Armored Core rather. I have never played an Armored Core game, but I am intrigued by it. Now, From Software has obviously blown up in popularity recently with games like Elden Ring, but it's interesting to see them go back to their roots with Armored Core. There hasn't been an Armored Core game in over 10 years. The first one was in 1997, and Armored Core 5 was in 2012. I think they maybe had like a spin-off or a DLC in 2013. Being completely honest, I don't know a lot about the franchise. This is just stuff that I've looked up. I don't know anything about it at all, really, but I know that it's a third-person shooter with mechs, and that sounds pretty cool to me, all right? I will take a wait-and-see approach on this one, as I don't know if it's going to be easy to come into the franchise, having never played one before, but we'll see. I'm sure a lot of people will be in the same boat as me. If you are an Armored Core fan and you've kind of played the games previously, do you think it's worth it to go back and check stuff out from the previous ones, or is Armored Core 6 going to be more like a standalone thing that I don't need to know anything about the franchise going into? Because I like to go in blind into my games if I can, but if I need to check stuff out from the previous game, from the prequels or something like that, then I'd be happy to do so as well. Just let me know, any Armored Core fans in the comments. Now, thank you for all the support. These are the 5 games that I am personally most excited for in August. September, October, and even November are going to be stacked. So if you guys want me to do videos for all those months, let me know in the comments. Drop a like on this video. It's the best way to let me know you do enjoy the content. Let me know which game you're most excited for this coming month, sorry. I know I'm doing this in the middle of July, and usually I do these at the very end of the month before the new month starts, but I just wanted to get a bit of a head start because there's so many games coming out. I wanted to give people a little bit of a head start and kind of plan and see what you're going to play, you know? So let me know which ones you're interested in, and I'll see you guys next time. It's been my pleasure to serve you all. Peace out, my friends. See you next time.